So this is the Lover's Leap tea. Remember the factory that you guys saw? That's where that tea's been made.
And where do you buy this tea? Here, apart from Old Course?
You can get it in the old course at Afternoon Tea, or you can go onto our website, which is pmdt.com, and you can find them on there. Now look at the second cup that I'm bringing around. Look at the difference in the cup color. Now we've gone from growing tea at 6,000 feet, next to wild eucalyptus and mint, to growing tea at 5,000 feet. Look at the difference. Same tea bush, guys. Same tea bush, different manufacture. Now you can see this is a much smaller leaf grade of tea. This will make a good breakfast tea.
Can I take a picture of you?
Yeah, of course you can.
Go viral, you know that, don't you?
Well, I haven't got his head.
I haven't been so rude.
No, you can. If you guys want to learn more about tea, I do a show every Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube. It's called the PMD Tea Buyers Club. And essentially what I do is I just go through the teas that we get sent through to the company from various estates. And then I taste them. And if they're good, I put them up onto the website. If they're bad, you'll see my reaction, and I'll criticize the estates. And we're about 10 episodes in. We're about 10 episodes in. Let me get another tea strainer and come back. But see the difference, guys. Same tea bush, and the second tea is a lot more stronger, a lot more robust. And it really, and this is coming down. So the first estate was Lover's Leap. The second estate was New Vithanakanda, sorry, it's not Vithanakanda, Murray. And the next one is from New Vithanakanda estate. And this is down at 2,000 feet in elevation. Have a go at this one.
How long do you recommend to let the tea stand? I was going to say, can we have some brewing tips, please?
Brewing tips? How's that? Was that fast? I'm sorry for the delay in the morning. I'm trying to make up now. So if you guys want to know about water quality, check out my episode that I do. Check out the episode that I did on the Buyers Club, episode 4. I take the same tea and I brew it up in 3 different types of water. I mean, you guys are lucky here because in Scotland you have some of the best water, and I come up here and I taste our own tea and I'm like, my God, that tastes good. Because down in England when I taste tea, and if you use, one of the things that you can see in the episode that I do is I show you my kettle that we have at home and I show you the kettle that we have at the company, and we have one kettle in the company that only has bottled water for it. And you can see the lime scale build up at the bottom of the kettle. I'm sure you guys don't have it because the water here is so soft. But have this Vithanakanda, and you can see. Look at the difference in cup color again from Vithanakanda to Murray. Look at the difference. Same tea, guys. Same tea bush, and they're all black teas, by the way. No. When you produce tea after the drying process, you'll have so many different grades of tea. You'll have orange pecos, you'll have orange peco A's, you'll have flowery brokens, but certain estates will be known for a line of tea. It's almost like knowing Balvenie distillery for their 12-year-old double barrel, you know, and certain estates will be known for a particular line. So if in fact, let me bring it around with these two because it's probably the easiest example for me to show you guys with.
So height is a real determining factor?
Height is a real determining factor. Let me bring over these two teas over as well. Guys, have a look at this. I'll come over to that side as well. This is the same tea bush. This is Lover's Leap, grown at 6,000 feet. Can you see up that side? And this here is Vithanakanda, grown at 2,000 feet in elevation. Same tea bush.
Same size leaf.
That's right. Yeah. Almost same degree. Now this is known as a peco leaf. And this is known as FBOP, which stands for Flowery Broken Orange Pekoe. But this is the effect of elevation, and this is the effect of flora and fauna. I'm going to pass these two around to you guys, and I want you to have a smell. Have a smell of this first one, and I'll tell you what these teas are grown near. Have a smell of that one, and then have a smell of this one, and then tell me what you guys think.
That one's got more of a bitter note, I think.
More of a what, sorry?
A bitter.
Yeah, more of a sharper, stringent note. Were you able to pick up a minty, eucalyptus-y smell from it? What can you pick up from the second one? Yeah? Yeah? And that one? Seemed earthier. Were you able to pick up like a more sort of honey or sort of caramelly note from it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah? And do you know what? Yeah, of course you can.
It takes a while to tune
It does,
into
yeah.
it, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely.
It's not easy just
No.
to tune in.
Have a look at that one again. And if you want, I can send the Vithanakanda around again.
That's more kind of grassy tone, isn't it?
It's a lot more astringent in the cup as well, you saw. Do you know what the big difference between these two teas is? Elevation is one. One is growing at 6,000, one's growing at 2,000. But where the tea is grown also makes a massive difference. So the first one is grown next to wild eucalyptus and mint, and you will get that smell, you will get that flavor coming through in the tea. The other one is grown next to a virgin rainforest, and that gives it that kind of caramelly note coming through in the tea itself. And that's why flora, fauna, elevation, and also the soil condition have such an impact on the actual tea itself.
So as a consumer, I've just got to keep trying all these wonderful teas until I find one that I like.
Absolutely, yeah. It's like finding wine. It's like finding a nice whiskey. You've got to go and you have to explore. Tea is not this thing that we box it into. It's been boxed into because of large multinational companies that want. It makes their job easier. Our job during the seasonal time, when these guys are like, well, Lover's Leap is selling well, or this is selling well, we have to go and source that same taste or even a better taste. It becomes very tough. Where if you're a purchasing manager over in a large tea company, you're just looking at the price point. No, it doesn't matter. I've made a great tea. No, it doesn't matter. No, it's really good. It doesn't matter. It's too expensive.
If I worked for PMD Lover's Leap, I'd be sure of getting the same taste every time.
Absolutely. There's a small variance between the seasonal quality, which we can't change, but we're always looking for that signature the quality that we want in PMDT. And one thing we're doing next year is we are hoping to go and manufacture even more single estate teas, because certainly for us, we see the biggest consumer demand from people looking for good single estate tea. The amount of people that we have buying Vithanakanda tea from our website, it would be shocking. And the thing is that it's not an easy name. Like in terms of marketing, you wouldn't think saying the word New Vithanakanda is the easiest name to pronounce. It's a bit of a mouthful. It's a bit of a mouthful, but people who have tasted this tea, either in the resort here or in other places, they've come back and they've wanted that signature Vithanakanda taste that they like. And like when we actually started to export tea, a lot of the tea experts turned around to us and said, "No one is going to buy Vithanakanda tea in England. They only want Tetley type tea," but it's certainly not the truth,
And price? There are some estates where tea is very, very expensive.
Very, yeah. We supply one tea out to Harrods, which is called a golden tip tea. It's from a particular tea bush, and it's made in a very specific way. We have its sister's tea, the silver tips, here on the menu. That tea sells in Harrods for 1,500 a kilo. And the same Silvertips that sells here, they sell it in Harrods for about 500 a kilo as well. So there are some very niche teas that you know. There's one tea that I tasted. It was a gyokuru. Remember how I talked about the seasonal quality and everything else. When you in Japan, they have this thing where they cover the tea bushes in a black blanket, and they'll do this for 21 days. And they will cover the tea bush in this black blanket, and they'll put a few holes to get the water through. And what it does is it cuts out the chlorophyll content. It stops the sunlight getting down. So, for example, if you took, I don't know, a plank of wood and left it on your grass, the grass is going to go yellow. Same thing happens with the tea bush. The bush starts to lose its green color. When you pluck that tea and you harvest it, you get a wonderful, wonderful tea. It's known as gyokuru. It's a very light Japanese green tea. But there's certain types of gyokuru that they don't even give you a cup. They just give you drops for you to taste. It's that kind of niche specialty product. And I was given, like, literally, I think it was 10 grams by a friend from Japan, and I've been slowly sipping and savoring this tea. But the other problem is Japanese teas, like black tea, you can keep for up to 3 years if you package it properly. Japanese teas, maximum 6 months, so you have to drink it. You can't keep it for too long. So that's the thing. Guys, would you like to try some tea? Yeah.